this is going to be a video about some of the instruments that I have, why I have them, why I still have them, some of the specs, strings and things that I use, and if you're interested in that kind of thing, that kind of nerd stuff, I'll preface this by saying I'm not a gearhead by any stretch. I know the things that I like, so I can elaborate on that kind of stuff, but anyway, so if you're into that kind of stuff, stick around. Okay, so the first one that I will go over is my Epiphone viola bass. So I got this, I think I estimated the date based on the serial number 1997, 1998. Yes, 98. And I got it in like 2000, I think. I bought it at Mars Music, if any of you guys remember that place. I liked it because those of you who know me know that I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I was obsessed with Paul McCartney, and I'm still a little bit obsessed, but I wanted to play something similar to what he played. This was as close as I could get with my meager paycheck to his Hofner bass, which I think at the time when I priced it was in the thousands of dollars. This I paid, I think, $300 for it. They still make them, and I think they sell new for like $450 now. You can find them at Sweetwater and used ones on Reverb. But I've got flat wounds on this. I usually always keep flat wounds on it just because I think that's what Paul McCartney used. Has a pretty mellow sound. I like it. I dig it. It has its place in certain music, but let me plug her in so you can see what she sounds like. All right, so this is my viola bass. I will start off by saying I got this in, I think I bought it in about the year 2000. And from what my research, it is a 1998, according to the serial number. But it is the Epiphone viola bass. I've actually got flat wound strings on it right now, but I played this a lot. I got it, I had been playing guitar for a few years at that point, but I decided I wanted to be a bass player. Those of you who know me know that I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I was obsessed with Paul McCartney. So I wanted to get something similar to what he played. I obviously, in my infancy work career, could not afford a Hofner bass, and so this was as close as I could get to that. But I'll give you the high level of what this bass actually is. So it's a Epiphone's viola bass harkens back to the glory days of the British invasion with modern touches that distinguish it from the similarly shaped vintage model, Hofner. The laminated maple body is topped with a flame maple top with an akume topped set maple neck, rounding out the basic feature set. The viola bass boasts a pair of mini humbuckers to handle the amplification with chrome hardware accents. Tap into classic warm bass sound of the famous group of lads from Liverpool with the ultra affordable viola bass. All right, so that, when I bought it, I think I paid about $300 for it. And I think it now sells for like $450, $500, depends. Mine's in pretty good shape, other than, looks like she's got some rusts around these screws. I'm not sure why. She's been in storage for quite some time, so maybe there was some humidity involved with that. But anyway, I'll play it for a little bit so you can hear how it sounds. Well, here she is. It's a short scale bass, so it's only got a 30-inch neck versus like a 34-inch neck, which I think is pretty standard for most basses, but it's easy to play. It almost plays like a guitar. But like I said, it's very mellow sounding. but I like it. That's why I keep it. It was my first one, my first bass, so it's kind of nostalgic in that way. But anyway, on to the next. Okay, so my next bass, this is my 1972 Fender Music Master. I got this at a pawn shop, I think in like 2002-ish, somewhere in there. It was like $400. Uh, she's, it's definitely been used and loved. It's Dakota Red, which I think was a very popular color then. It's got a little crackling, a couple little dings, but it's to be expected from 1972. It's older than me, but this is another short scale bass. They kind of referred to it as like a student bass, so for younger people, it would be easier to play. I love it. It's got a maple neck on the back. I think rosewood fretboard. Sheet a little dry, but got new strings on here. Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. That's what I typically use. But she still plays. She still sounds all right. But let me. This is from the CBS era of Fender. I can't really expand on what the differences are. I know some people didn't care for the CBS era, that they were maybe lower quality. I mean, it was made in Fullerton, California, but beyond that, I don't know much more about it. But let me plug it in so you can hear what it sounds like. I'm running all this just straight through my amp. I don't have any effects or anything right now, so there you go. All right, so I've got her plugged in. I like the way it plays. I like her. It's light. I would guesstimate maybe 5 or 6 pounds. Not super heavy. Once again, super easy to play, smooth. I think this might be a C-shaped neck, but it's still super easy to play. I hope to bring her back to life. Like, she's a little rusty down here. Maybe get some, finish it off. But I love it. This one, like every instrument, it has its place in certain things. So there you go. Okay, so next up, I have this one is my baby. This is my favoriteest bass. This is a crafted in Japan Geddy Lee Fender jazz bass. It was made to his specs. This is the black version of it. I think they did a sunburst version of it as well. This is from between 1997 and 1999. I haven't taken the neck off to verify that, but it's within that time frame, with it being crafted in Japan. I love this bass. She's loud, she's punchy, does whatever I ask it to do. I wouldn't trade this for the world. But this is the one I go to the most often to play. Just easy to play. Love it. But let me plug it in for you, and you can see what I mean. All right, so here we're gonna go down. It's the headstock. I think they call that the spaghetti logo. She's got the big block inlays on there, and then I put a Perloid pickguard on it when I first got it. I got it used. Had a black pickguard on it, but I switched it out to this. I think they originally came with a white, solid white, but I don't know for sure. It's got the Badass 2 bridge on it. Some of the earlier models had that. I think they had issues getting with production with the Badass 2 bridges, so the later models don't have that. I don't know which ones they had, but this one does. And then also the headstock, you do have the signature of Geddy Lee imprinted on there. Obviously not real, but it is his signature bass. But anyway, let me plug her in and so you can see what she's all about. Okay, well, here she is. She doesn't want to stay in. But thin neck, I love the way it sounds. I have used it through a pedal before. I don't have a bass pedal anymore. I have run it through my guitar pedal, which works fine for my purposes. But it weighs in at almost 9 pounds, so it's heavy. But so if you're playing for a long time, it does get heavy. It's not as heavy as the older, like early 70s and 60s jazz basses, but I love it. Smooth. Well, it would be smoother with someone else playing, but y'all got me. But I love it. This is pretty much my number one. So anyway, on to the next. Okay, so next up, this will be my Fender acoustic. It's a F260S, I think. I think the S stands for spruce. But I got this at a flea market. I was actually at work. My dad called me at work and said that there was a guitar there, a hard shell case, like original hard shell case, and this guitar, and they wanted $150 for it. And he asked if you should get it, and I said absolutely. Like, I will pay you when I get home. And this is probably my favorite. I have two acoustic guitars. They pretty much they mutually exceed each other. They both are very nice. I have an Alvarez, a Tree of Life, that is my other favorite. But this, just nice, mellow, warm sound. I think it's got a spruce top, mahogany back. It has the herringbone binding on it, and it's nice. So since I don't have to plug this in. No, but she's nice. But that's probably all of that I can play. But I mean, I can play more, but just for YouTube purposes. But yeah, I love this. This is probably the one that I use the most when I record, just because I do get a good sound out of it. It's not an acoustic electric. I do have some sound hole pickups, some DiMarzio sound hole pickups that I have had for 30 years probably, but they work just fine. But I love her. I've got Elixir strings on there. Those are my favorite strings to use. I don't know the gauge range because, once again, not a gearhead. But I'm also partial to the Kaiser capos when that is needed. I love those. They're easy to use and easy to move. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this guy. It's the acoustic that I usually reach for. But anyway, on to the next. All right, so next up I have, this is my Made in Mexico Stratocaster. This is from the year 2000. This was the first, well, not quite the first, this was the first real electric guitar that I had. I had a Samick, which I think either Epiphone or Gibson made, and it was made to look like a Les Paul. But I ended up selling that for like $50 to a friend of mine. But this was my first Fender electric guitar, and I love this. It's plays nice. I actually have it hardtailed. I don't ever use the tremolo, so I had taken it into the shop to have a setup done on it, and he asked if I ever used that, and I was like, not really. So he's like, well, why don't we just do this? And that way, you know, when you change strings, it won't be an issue, because that's what initially happened was I changed the strings, and I guess I'm dumb. And the saddle, the tremolo was just like, it wouldn't sit right after I restrung it. So I didn't want to mess it up. But anyway, this plays great. I mainly picked this color because it's the same color that Buddy Holly's guitar was. His had a maple neck, but the rosewood is fine. But yeah, so she's great. But let me plug her in and y'all can see what she sounds like. All right, here she is. I actually have it running through my bass amp, but it's fine. It sounds good. That 5-way switch. I'm also dumb and I don't know. I know it has something to do with how it splits up the pickups and the way it sounds. I know that's more of a round sound. That's a more treble-y sound, more Stratocaster sound. I'm just running it straight through my amp, not through my pedal, but rocking those pentatonic scales. That's all I know. But as long as I'm playing blues, I'm good. But I love this guitar. She plays good. And since I did have a hardtail, she stays in tune. Sounds fantastic. But anyway, that's my Sunburst 2000 Stratocaster. On to the next and the final. I'm sure you've been seeing this one in the background. This is my most recent acquisition. It is my first American Stratocaster. This is the 70th anniversary Fender Ultra amethyst color. So this popped up on my feed on Facebook, I think, and my birthstone is amethyst, and I just thought it was very timely. I probably made a poor adult decision in buying this, but go big or go home, right? So I could not resist this color. I might change the pick guard out at some point to like the white perloid, but I'm kind of digging the black right now. This color was a special run color that they did. I changed the strings on it. I think it came with 9s on it, but I put Elixir 10s on it. I just prefer the 10s. The 11s are too much. 9s are too thin. I just like the sound and the feel of the 9s, of the 10s, of the 10s. I also had this one hardtailed. I don't use the tremolo, so there's just really no point. You know, maybe someday when I become a better guitar player, I might start using that, but for now, she's good. But anyway, it's got a roasted maple neck, rounded edges on the fretboard, the thin D-shaped neck, locking tuners, which I had never used before, but I dig that. It's got the strap locks on it, which is nice. I had never used that before either, so it has some premium features on it. 5-way switch. It does have the push-push on the volume and tone knob. The middle one makes the pickups hot, so it makes it really loud, and I dig it. But that's how I usually position. I have it in, and I usually have it in the first position. But I love it. But let's plug her in and see how she sounds. See why I love it so much. All right, here she is. I love this guitar so much. Once again, we're running through my bass amp, but it still sounds good. Can't play any more of that, YouTube purposes, but anyway, so anyway, I love this. So nice. This color, I can't stop looking at it when I'm playing. So nice. But this is probably my favorite electric. I like my Mexican one also, but this is my favorite one so far. It's got noiseless pickups on it. I know some people don't like them. I honestly don't have any experience one way or the other. They sound fine to me. But anyway, there she is. And that's pretty much the equipment that I have out right now. So there you have it. That's pretty much the stuff that I use most of the time. I like what I like. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. Works well for me, and I'll probably continue to use that. I'm eyeing a 5-string bass somewhere down the line. I've always wanted one, and I played one at Guitar Center the other day, and it was incredible. But someday. But anyway, that's basically it. So as far as this channel goes, this is, kind of, I think it's various and sundry music stuff, various stuff from my day job as a cake decorator, mediocre things. So if all that appeals to you, please like these videos and subscribe to my channel. It helps out a ton, and I would love to have more subscribers than I have videos on the channel. That would be incredible. I do this for fun. I hope somebody else finds some value or interest out of this video. But anyway, if there's anything down the road that you would like me to do or talk about, let me know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!